Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Thursday, the 1st of August 2024. Nearly there, nearly there. We are in August, ladies and gentlemen. We are in August now. Today's video, we're going to start off with this from the londonnewsonline.co.uk, which is the South London Press's website. Millwall boss on whether Southampton friendly will give a strong hint to starting lineup for the Championship opener against Watford. Millwall head coach Neil Harris is not expecting his starting 11 Saturday's friendly against Southampton to be exactly the one he goes with in the club's Championship opener against Watford the following weekend. The visit of the Saints, promoted to the Premier League via the playoffs in May, is the final tune-up fixture before the league campaign starts. I don't envisage the starting 11 against Southampton being a starting 11 that starts against Watford. Harris told the South London Press when asked if his team sheet will give a strong indication of which way he is leaning for the clash against the Hornets. That is probably 50-50 in how teams do it. The important thing for me is that the group has gradually got more experience as we've gone through pre-season. I think we saw that with the team selection in Spain. Like, even though we took 4 younger lads, the game time is becoming more scarce for them as we go through, and that's because we want to get minutes into the senior players, but also appreciate who is likely to affect the pitch in the first half of the season, and that will be telling when we play behind closed doors against Colchester. A 1-0 loss earlier this week, so this was recorded before that game, and then Southampton 2 games. It will be a senior group. I talked openly at the end of the trip to Spain about how Alfie Massey and Tom Lee in particular have caught the eye, and they continue to train with the first team. Ultimately, game understanding, combination and relationship is particularly key on the pitch now. The training pitch and match minutes, the team selection for those games will be more senior led. Now that is interesting. So obviously this is before the Colchester game. We don't know the team that Millwall play in Colchester, but he's saying here that it's going to be. He didn't play the youngsters and he played more senior players, and we ended up losing to Colchester. What does that say then? What does that say then when we lose to a League 2 team using our senior team, senior players, instead of giving youth a chance? Do you think maybe you should play those youth players because they have energy and drive and determination that you can't get from a seasoned professional who is probably a bit jaded? I don't know. It's obviously we don't know because we haven't had any information from the Colchester about the Colchester game from Millwall, which is weird. As I said the other day, because they've been quite open about the pre-season, so I would suggest that this is probably a bit embarrassing. If they put the team out and we find out they lost 1-0, we're going to be like, oh shit, this is going to be a problem. And it seems that way because we've got now Neil Harris saying, oh, even though the youngsters have played really well, and like Tom Lee scored, Alfie Massey has been brilliant, Romain Esse, Imaku scored as well, we're going to stop playing those players and we're going to start playing other players. And then this is the result. We end up losing to Colchester. I mean, what can you do? What can you do? When it's right under their nose and they don't see it, what can you do? Southampton were the opposition for Harris's first match back at Millwall after replacing Joe Edwards. Japhet Tanganga and Zion Fleming scored as the Saints. Scored against the Saints, I think that's meant to say. As the Saints, so impressive on home turf, were defeated 2-1, yeah. I'm delighted Southampton got promoted. They're a very good side, said Harris. It was back to the wall Millwall performance that merited us the 3 points because ultimately they had very few chances in the game. It will be a stern test for us because they are a Premier League side now, and they were exceptional in the Championship last season. They're going to completely dominate possession. It's a great test for our defensive shape. We're setting ourselves up for the final week to give us different challenges because that's what we're going to face over the course of the season. Watford are a possession-based team, and that's our opening fixture, and they will want 60 to 70% possession, and we're going to have to impose ourselves at home, but have a fantastic defensive structure to be competitive. As well as obviously haven't really brought this up, but in the last game there are alarm bells at Southampton and Watford. Watford lost to Wickham 3-2. It was an away game. And Southampton lost away to Oxford 2-0. So, yeah, those teams aren't... the fans are not happy about that. So we'll see how they go. Maybe they've been playing their best players as well. Like I said, look, surely your best players are the ones that are playing the best, not the ones that are the best on paper. If someone's scored 20 goals last season and this season they haven't scored yet, maybe they should sit this one out and you try someone else. But what do I know? I'm just some jerk on the internet. So, moving on to this. That Saints game. It's £10 for tickets, and it's only the West Stand and the South Stand open. If you're not going, you can watch it live on Millwall TV. So that should be fun. So yeah, this is from millwallfc.co.uk. Stream Saints friendly live on Millwall TV. Millwall host Southampton in their final pre-season friendly this Saturday, kick-off 1 p.m, and supporters will be able to watch every minute live on Millwall TV, costing just £5. Supporters unable to make the trip to the Den can purchase a match pass complete with action from SC16 and a match commentary. Click below to purchase your pass now. So there you go, £5, half the price of a ticket to the game. Now, moving on to this, some comments from Neil Harris. This is from the southernnews.co.uk. Neil Harris looking forward to having re-energised Millwall defender this season after lively, friendly appearances. Joe Bryan had surgery over the summer as he looks to move beyond these injury issues. Neil Harris is looking forward to seeing a fully fit Joe Bryan for the first time as the fullback gears up for his second season at the Den. The 30-year-old enjoyed a strong week in Spain for the Lions and was involved in goals scored against both Nottingham Forest and Real Murcia, although he also gave away the penalty against the Spanish side. But that was a Premier League penalty. Basically, from what I can gather, the ball came in, bounced off the floor and hit his hand, which was behind him, and it didn't affect it because the opposition player was had his back to the goal, and he was blocking the ball from going anywhere near the goal. So how the hell is that handball? But you know, what can you do? But the matches suggest fans could see a re-energised Bryan after an opening campaign at Millwall that saw injuries impede the left back. Bryan had multiple surgeries at the end of last season, and Harris is excited about where he can go now. His fitness issues appear behind him. The Lions boss told News at 10, Joe is a quality championship fullback and has played in the Premier League. He's been one of the standout left backs at this level for a decade now. Certainly when I took over, I never saw a fit Joe Bryan. I think everyone can see he was hampered for the majority of last season with various injuries. Joe at the moment, he's looking fit, he's healthy, determined, and training and playing with a lot of desire to not just be in a team, but to be continue progressing in his career. Bryan is among Millwall's most experienced players with 44 outings in the Premier League among nearly 400 professional appearances. Harris said he's keen to help build Bryan as a character off and on the pitch as well of it. He added, I want to help Joe not just be a top Millwall fullback, but also help his continued development as a senior player. You can't always teach players in their late 20s and early 30s to do better on technical plans or tactical plans, but you can certainly help them in different ways. I spent a lot of time talking to Joe about leadership qualities and the importance that he brings to the players around him, and he can set a tone for training and games in the way he plays. And I'll certainly look forward to hopefully seeing a fit Joe Bryan for a sustained period. And you know what that means. In 3, 2, 1, Joe Bryan is out injured. No. Yeah, it's kind of weird you say these things and then you end up, he's going to get injured. Joe, we know Joe Bryan is a good player. He's a good player going forward. He can pick a pass. He's got a sweet left foot. He's good on the set pieces, but there are questions defensively about him. But when you consider the only other option is Murray Wallace, and there are massive questions about him defensively, and he can dribble forward with the ball, but he doesn't have the same passing abilities as Joe Bryan. You have to pick your poison. Which one are you going to pick? And obviously we're going to pick Joe Bryan, but we'll see how we go with the injuries and see how that works out. Now, moving on to this again from the southwarknews.co.uk. He sets the tempo for the club. Japhet Tanganga on his bond with Neil Harris, his Mill teammates, and his thoughts on that viral chant. The defenders return to the den as excited fans, and Tanganga is ready to embrace the challenge. The warm and brotherly Mill dressing room was key to convincing Japhet Tanganga to return, the defender has revealed. The 25-year-old was once a rising star at Tottenham Hotspurs before a lack of game time and injuries halted his progress. Following an unfulfilling loan spell at German club Augsburg in the first half of last season, Tanganga arrived at the Den for the final few months of the campaign. He quickly emerged as a fan favourite and re-signed for the Lions on permanent terms last month. Despite several clubs expressing an interest, the defender said his bond with the dressing room and head coach Neil Harris was key. Asked how he grew so close to his teammates, he told the News Den, I think it was pretty easy, to be honest, because they were such a good group. And from the get-go, I don't think I did anything to warrant that kind of relationship. And that's just how they are as people. They showed their character. They showed how good they are as human beings. Like before football players. Honestly, I can't describe how good it is coming in as a new player, and half of the season has gone to be welcomed in with open arms. It's honestly a great feeling that I'm pretty sure every player would want to feel when they move to a new team. I think it's just the way everything is run from top to bottom. It's a close-knit club, from the fan base to the players to the staff at the training ground and stadium, and I think you have to be in it to see it. Lions boss Harris was on the phone with Tanganga several times during the summer as he urged him to return to SC16, and the defender has grown fond of his unique head coach. This summer was a very different situation for me. Something I've never been in before. More options isn't always as easy as you need to make a lot of decisions which aren't straightforward. But he was on the phone speaking to me, telling me what I needed to hear, telling me what he felt was needed to be said. And it was very helpful in the transition for me to make the decision to come back here. First and foremost, he's himself. I don't think he's just me. I think everyone will say he's a great person, a lively character, charismatic, and galvanizes a group with his energy and his demeanour. And the way he's allowed me to be myself and go into games and do everything I possibly can for him. Thankfully, the team was able to give something back to him. The way he's given us the energy and the confidence to go in the games. And he sets the tempo for the club, and now everyone is. Indeed. Is there more? I couldn't speak any more highly about him and just how he is as a person and a character. The championship season kicks off in just 9 days, but Tanganga will not be involved until August the 17th at the earliest, when Mill travel to Bristol City. That's because of the red card he picked up in the final minutes of last season during Mill's 1-0 win at Swansea City, when he was involved in a violent altercation with Jerry Yates. Replay seemed to suggest Yates threw multiple punches and Tanganga was more sinned against than sinning, but the centre-back said he accepted his punishment for getting involved in the incident. He said, I think we just both got a bit heated in the moment, but that's football. Sometimes your emotions get the better of you. I'm pretty sure we both look back at that, and I think it did need to happen. We move forward, and we'll probably play against each other again this season. I can't say I was in this situation, but I moved on from it. Tanganga's competitive nature on the pitch is not gone unnoticed among fans, and is a stark contrast to the calm and laid-back character he appears to be off the pitch. That's just my natural competitive that I have, he said. As a defender, I don't want to let my attacker score, and I've got a desire to win, and that's just embedded me from being young, knowing how to separate from that competitiveness when you're outside as a regular person, that's something I've learned to put into my life, just to keep it calm, be relaxed, and be who I am. And then when I'm on the football pitch, that's what that competitive edge comes out. Tanganga's passion was on clear display throughout the back end of last season, when he was a key part of Mill's spring to survival. He scored 2 goals during that time, including a late winner against Birmingham City in March. It is after that game Tanganga believes that he first heard the chant based on his name, set to the Proclaimers, "I'm going to be 500 miles." He said, it was in the changing room, we won a game and then someone just started to put my surname out there on the end of the line. It might have been Zaya Dunk or Coops, and it was catchy. it's nice, and you want to be appreciated, and it's funny. It's pretty funny. It shows the type of environment we're in, and how together the players and staff are. Tanganga's form suggests he still has a long way to go in his career and could yet return playing at a higher level, but he said his immediate priorities are keeping his feet on the ground, staying fit, and trying to find success with Millwall. He said, I think you want to be playing at the highest level in anything, and the Championship is a very good level. For me, I think it's about focusing on what's in front of me this season, playing as many games, aiming for promotion, finishing in the top half of the table, and going from there. Last season is probably the most amount of games I played consistently for myself and for my body, and it was good to know that physically I could cope with that, and let's see how I cope with however many games the gaffer plays me. So the aim is to play a full season of football injury free, and then with the team on the football side, we want to aim for promotion. Last season, if we had that form from the start of the season, the story could have been a bit different, and you want to go in aiming high, but it's obviously about taking it game by game. But that's an objective of ours, to aim and to be on that side of the table. Indeed. And obviously those last two stories were from the Southwark News, which obviously gets published on a Thursday, so do pick it up if you see it in your local newsagents. And if you are outside of the catchment area, you can go to this website, issuu.com, issuu.com, Community Matters Media, and you can download it as a digital copy if you want, among the other things. And I think it's vitally important, obviously, this channel exists because these newspapers exist, and I think it's very important that we support them, because if they didn't exist, I couldn't do this for you, and so we do need to support them, don't we, people? We do need to support them. Now moving on to this, Millwall are advertising for a marketing assistant job. An exciting opportunity has arisen for a talented and driven marketing assistant to join Millwall Football Club and play a pivotal part in the running of the marketing department. I don't know if you noticed, obviously, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you may notice that the Millwall website has had a bit of a jizz up. Is that the right word? Jazz up. They've got a new font, and it looks a bit different. So yeah, there you go. The successful candidate should be confident, creative, innovative, enthusiastic, and motivated, as well as having a desire to progress individually and as part of a forward-thinking department. The club offers the opportunity to join a friendly and welcoming team, which has a collective desire to continually enhance its output. An exciting role for someone looking to start a career in sports media and marketing history. For a full job description, please see below. The closing date is Wednesday the 21st of August. Let's have a look. What's going on here? 35 hours a week at the Den. A great opportunity for a marketing assistant to develop and learn at a leading London Championship football club and play a vital role in supporting the marketing department. The successful candidate should be confident. Yeah, we've read all that. Creation of visual marketing materials for all areas of the business across different print, digital and social platforms, helping to ensure digital and print marketing materials of the highest standard and constantly up to date. Can they do something about the ticket prices on the website? They don't seem to be up to date. Maintaining strong working relationships with the club suppliers and printers for marketing campaigns, new merchandise selection and promotional materials, ensuring all internal and third-party communications are in line with brand guidelines from both visual and tone aspects. Supporting with the club's CRM activity, making recommendations and suggestions like email, push notifications and SMS can drive traffic, revenue and long-term business growth. So, Millwall, do you get text messages from Millwall? I don't get text messages from Millwall. Is that a new thing they're going to be doing? I know they bombard you with fucking emails. Maybe they're going to start bombarding you with texts as well. A general administrative task to support marketing and media colleagues. You need to know Adobe Creative Cloud. You need to create graphics and animated content for a variety of digital And social media formats. Ability to adhere to and champion brand guidelines. You need to be organised and able to prioritise and report on the progress of multiple ongoing projects. Capable of bringing creative briefs to life both independently and as part of a team. A keen interest in the latest graphic design trends and best practice. Experience in the data management. CRM is desired but not essential. So there you go. I think that sums it up. There you go. So if you know someone or you know someone, yes, and the salary is competitive. Now, just a reminder that the Millwall Fans Forum is tomorrow on Friday the 2nd of August. This was published on the 12th of July, just giving you a reminder. I wonder if they're going to have air conditioning in there, because if they don't, it is one hell of a hot seat, that they say here. Millwall Football Club will host its annual fans forum at the Den on Friday the 2nd of August, taking place between 6 to 8 p.m. in Harry's Bar. Lions head coach Neil Harris and director of football Steve Gallen will be on hand to answer questions from the floor in the first hour, before managing director of non-football operations Mark Fairbrother and chief commercial officer Luke Wilson will take the hot seat after the break. All Millwall fans will be able to attend. We'll see you there. Yeah, they will, but most of them don't. Because it's basically the same old every year, to be honest with you. Like, the fans complain about the food, the cost of this, the cost of that, certain things. It's just the same thing every year. Although this year, in terms of things that they might complain about, obviously the shirts have come out earlier, which is good. Although one of them, the green one, is absolutely disgusting. Obviously the trip to Spain went well, so pats on the back for that. One thing, have heard rumours that they won't be letting bags in next season. But then what kind of level? I think it's because they obviously had a lot of tourists turning up. And I think some of them turned up with fucking luggage and like big fucking like mountaineering backpacks. And everyone's like, no, mate, you can't bring that in here. Obviously they don't want to leave in the hotel room because they get chawed, so they brought it to the game, and they don't really have a cloakroom where they could just leave it. And I think with people obviously coming to the game with like bicycle helmets and stuff, are you going to let someone walk into the stadium with a bicycle helmet, and then someone might grab it off them and lob it at the away fans? Like, that's not going to go down. Or even an away player, with obviously they've had bottles thrown at them. Now we can no longer have caps. So how's that work? Have you seen these caps, these bottles now, plastic bottles, with these dopey caps that don't come off? They're like stuck to it with a bit of plastic. What the fuck is all that shit about? Can you imagine them down at the Den now, where they have to like cut them off with scissors? What? It's going to hell in a handbasket, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, these things used to be held in the exec club, and obviously they've downscaled it to the Harry's Bar, which is a lot smaller because people don't turn up because it's the same old, and nothing really gets said. But we'll see what happens. I wonder if, obviously it's new people now, Steve Gallen and Mark Fairbrother. I think is Luke Wilson new as well. I don't know if he's new or he's probably just doing this for the first time. But yeah, we'll see if there's anything that gets said. Maybe there's some information will come out. Maybe they'll announce something. Maybe there'll be a new signing in there as well. There'll be something in the corner with like a white cloth over it. And Neil Harris will go, "Ladies and gentlemen, I announce to you our new signing." And just pull the cloth over him as he comes out. I don't know. But yeah, tomorrow, Friday the 2nd of August, 6 to 8 p.m. in Harry's Bar. You can turn up and just go. You don't need to book or anything. I don't think anyone really bothers anymore. So, like I said, I hope they do have air conditioning over that, or otherwise that will be a hot seat. And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.